Working with color white, going to place a single crochet in each stitch and each chain one space all across the row for 41 single crochet. Single crochet in each stitch and each chain one space. For the next row, using red, you will single crochet in the starting stitch and then back loop only single crochet in the next 25 and fasten off. And again for the next row in white, single crochet in the first stitch and then 25 back loop only single crochet. Then for the next row in red, we single crochet in that first stitch. We'll make 3 front loop double crochet. 1, 2, and 3. Then we will do 3 back loop only single crochet. Make sure we skip 3 front loops on the red, and we'll do 2 front loop doubles. Then we will do 1 front loop double, back loop single, followed by a front loop double. Two more front loop doubles. Three back loop singles. Two front loop double. Three back loop singles, oops. 1, 2, and 3. 3 front loop doubles. And ending the row with a back loop single crochet and fasten off. So this next row starts with the single crochet, and then we will back loop only single over these 3 front loop doubles. Then it's 2 back loop singles and a front loop double for the E. Two back loop singles. And then we want to make a front loop double crochet slanted. So we yarn over, come down to this white loop just under where we had that back loop single last row. Pull up our loop, finish a double crochet. We'll skip the stitch behind, back loop single crochet in that next, and then make another slanted double. So yarn over, back into that same white loop and finish our double crochet. Skip the stitch behind, back loop only single crochet in the next 2. Then it'll be front loop double, back loop single, front loop double. Then back loop single in the next 2. And then for the L, back back loop single into, front loop double, and then we want to back loop single in the remaining 4 stitches. Three and 4, and then we can fasten off. With red, start with a single crochet in that first stitch, front loop double in each of these next 3 stitches. Back loop single crochet in the next 3. Front loop double in the next 2. Back loop single, and then front loop double, and it may be hidden behind those slanted doubles. Back loop single, that's the V, front loop double in these next 2, then for the O, it's a back loop single, front loop double, back loop single, front loop double in each of these next 2 stitches, and then for the L, there's a front loop double in these next 2 as well. Back loop only single, front loop double in 3, and then back loop only single crochet in this last stitch. Fasten off. Single crochet in that first stitch, back loop only single crochet in 3, do a front loop only double crochet, back loop single, followed by a front loop double for the E. 2 back loop only singles, I'll do a front loop double, back loop single, front loop double. Now notice mine has stretched a little bit there on that front loop. It will usually settle down, or you might need to manipulate the stitches just a bit for that V. 2 back loop singles. Then we'll have a front loop double, back loop single, front loop double for the O, back loop single crochet on the next 2. And then for the L, it'll be back loop single in 2. Try that again. 1 and 2, and then a front loop double and back loop single in the remaining 4 stitches. And fasten off. Next row starts with our single crochet with red and 3 front loop doubles. We'll work the 3 back loop singles over top of the E, 2 front loop doubles. Over the V, we'll do a back loop single over that front loop double, a front loop double, and then another back loop single to complete the the V, 2 front loop doubles, three back loop single worked over top of the O. It'll be 4 front loop doubles, one back loop single, 3 front loop double crochet, 1, 2, and 3, ending with a back loop single in the final stitch to fasten off. The next row we start with a single crochet in the first stitch, and then we're just going to make a back loop single crochet all the way over until we get to the top of the L, and I'll meet you there. I worked my back loop single crochet across. I want to place a front loop double crochet in this L, back loop single crochet on the remaining 4 stitches. And fasten off. So next row starts with red single crochet in that first stitch, and then we're going to make front loop double crochet all the way across until we get to that L. So you can go ahead and work those front loop doubles. So I have those front loop double crochet. We're going to make a back loop single crochet in that next stitch, the top of the L, 3 more front loop doubles, ending the row with that back loop single crochet and fasten off. So to make our textured stitch on the side of the mosaic word love, we want to flip to the wrong side, and then we'll start with a single crochet in that first stitch and in each of the next 14 stitches. So we'll have 15 single crochet. And 15 single crochet, and we'll slip stitch to the top of that red row and then to the top of the white row. And we'll turn our work. We'll single crochet in each stitch across again. We'll chain 1 and turn. So we'll single through crochet in each of these stitches all the way across. Single crochet into the top of the red row. Slip stitch and slip stitch into the white row, and then turn our work. So we'll single crochet in these first 4 stitches. It's 3 and 4, and then finding that next stitch, we're going to follow it down 2 rows below so I can see that top. We've already worked into that single crochet. We're going to insert in that stitch, pull a loop up, and finish a double crochet. We'll do 6 of those. 2, 3, 5, and 6 double crochet. Remove our hook from the loop. Find that first double, insert in the top of that stitch. Oops. Put the loop back on the hook and pull through to close that popcorn stitch. And then being careful not to skip the next stitch, we will single crochet in the next 5. That's 2, 3, 4, and 5. And again, in the next stitch, we'll follow it down to make 6 more double crochet for this raised popcorn. It's 3, 4, 5, and 6 double crochet. Remove the hook, insert in the first, put the loop back on the hook and pull through. Single crochet in the remaining 4 stitches. 2, 3, and 4. Then we'll chain 1, turn. We're going to make 3 rows of single crochet again. So single crochet in each of the 15 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nine, 10, 14, and 15 single crochet. Again, join to the red row with a slip stitch and the white row with a slip stitch. Turning our work, single crochet in each of the 15 stitches across. And 15 single crochet, chain 1 and turn. Single crochet in each stitch across once more. 14 and 15 single crochet. Slip stitch to the top of the red row and slip stitch into the white row. Turn our work again. Single crochet in the first stitch. Then in the next stitch, finding 2 rows below, we'll make those 6 double crochet in that stitch for another popcorn. Five and 6. Insert a hook in the first double, pull the loop through to close. And finding that next single crochet in 5. That's 2, 3, 4, and 5. Finding those 2 rows below that next single crochet to work our 6 doubles. Remove the loop, insert in the first double, pull the loop through. Find the next single crochet in 5. Finding 2 rows below, work those 6 double crochet for 1 more popcorn stitch. Insert in the first double, pull through, and single crochet in that last single crochet. Chain 1 to turn. And again, we will single crochet in the 15 stitches across. 1, 2. We'll slip stitch to the red row, slip stitch to the top of the white row, turn, and then make our 15 single crochet all the way back again, and fasten off. All right, then we're going to take color C again. This time we won't be making moss stitch, but we do want to single crochet in each of the 41 singles all the way across. You've worked your way across, do not fasten off. We will chain 4, which counts as a double crochet, chain 1. We'll skip a stitch, double crochet in the next, chain 1, and repeat. Skip a stitch, double crochet in the next, chain 1. And we'll do that all the way down the row. And then we'll chain 1 and turn, single crochet in each stitch and each chain 1 space all the way across. You'll fasten off once you've completed all of those 41 single crochet. And you can go ahead, sew in any of the remaining ends. And to finish up our wall hanger, we're going to make a border. I'm using a fuzzy yarn, so I'm doing quite a simple border just to have this sort of fluffy, fuzzy, snow-like yarn going around. So I'm going to start just in that very first stitch at the top right side of the project, starting with a single crochet. And I'm going to chain one, skip a stitch, single crochet across the top. Chain one, skip a stitch, single crochet. So I'll work that all the way across and meet you at the next corner. So I've made a single crochet in that final stitch of the row. I'll just make a chain one and single crochet back in that same stitch to turn the corner. And then similarly, I will chain one and skip a stitch. However, here I have a double crochet row, so I'm just going to place a single crochet in that double crochet row, skip the next, and so on. So it's mostly about evenly spaced around. This fluffy yarn, of course, kind of naturally covers in any holes or gaps. And we'll just single crochet, chain one, evenly spaced down the side. Okay, so I've worked all down the long side. And then similarly in this corner, I have one single crochet. I'll chain one, place another single crochet in the same stitch, and then chain one, skip one, single crochet in the bottom of each of these foundation single crochet across the bottom of the work. Then again, a single crochet, chain one, single crochet in that corner stitch, and coming up the last side, again, evenly spaced, working about every other row, single crochet, chain one. And once I've met where we started, I'll do a chain one for the corner, slip stitch in the top of that starting stitch, and fasten off. Then you can go ahead and sew in any remaining ends. We've almost completed the project. So for the final step, I am going to be using the stick of sort of cranberries and I'm going to weave it through that double crochet chain one that we made at the top of our thing. You can use a dowel or whatever you wish for your hanger for this. A ribbon would look lovely too across the top, whichever is your preference. Okay, I just need to take off this one or just twist that around a bit more, that berry. There we go. And I have a second one that I'm going to weave through the other end. And then if you wish, you can tie some ribbon or chain some yarn as a hanger. I'm going to just be hanging mine on the back through these rods there.